Hello again. Okay, this is the last video with problems 10 through 12. Problem number 10 right here. It says triangle XYZ is similar to triangle RST. Question is, what is the perimeter of triangle RST? So they're asking us for the perimeter of this triangle, the large triangle. So the very first thing is I'm going to start identifying corresponding sides. So here I see XY, right? XY is corresponding to RS, right? And then I go, okay, um, line segment YZ is corresponding to ST. And then last one, it'll be ZX, right? ZX is corresponding to TR, right there. All right. And so now that I have the corresponding sides, I can say 4 is corresponding to, I'm using like the pink color. I'm going to call this line segment A, right? Just to RS is A. And then I'm going to call the one in green is 5. I'm going to call it here just B, just when I set up the proportions, right? And so since they're asking us for perimeter is the distance around a figure, right? So if they will be asking us the perimeter of the little triangle XYZ, we will say 4 plus 6 is 10 plus 5 is 15. We will say perimeter is 15 units. But they're asking us for the perimeter of the large triangle. So this is a multi-step problem. First, we need to find the dimension of this line segment and this one, and then we need to add all the sides. So let's set up some proportions. I'm going to start with this, right? So I'm going to say, okay, 4 is corresponding to A, right? 4 is corresponding to A. And then I'm going to use the 6. This 6 is corresponding to 15, right? 6 is corresponding to 15. And so to find, the length of A here, I'm going to say, okay, maybe I can simplify these by 2, right? So 4 divided by 2 is a 2, and then 6 divided by 2 is a 3. So now that I have this ratio 2 to 3, I see that 3 times 5 gives me 15. So 2 times 5 should give me the value of A, which in this case, it'll be 10. So A is going to be 10 units, right? Then I need to find the length of B. I labeled it B, right? So I can use, any of these numbers. I'm going to use, okay, A is 10, right? So we can use a 10 if we want to. We can use a 4 again. We can say 4 is corresponding to 10, right? And then we have that 5 is corresponding to B. So let's see. I chose the 4, right, to be corresponding to 10. And then I chose 5 is corresponding to B, right? And so here, I don't see a relationship. 4 times something gives me 10, 5 times 4, or 4 times something gives me 5. So I think the best thing we can do is just cross multiply, right? 4 times B is 4B, and 5 times 10 is 50. And then to find B, we would have to divide by 4 on both sides, right? And so we have that B equals to 50 divided by 4 is 12.5 units. So here we have 12.5 units. And so to find this perimeter, we would have to add 10 plus 15 plus 12.5 units, right? And so if you add that, that should give you the perimeter of the triangle RST. Okay, and now, um, let's move on to problem 11. 11 says, Gobble One chocolate comes in a package shaped like a triangular prism, as shown below. Each triangular face of the prism has a base of 2 inches and a height of 2.5 inches. So they're talking about the base here, each triangular face, right? So they're talking about this, right? And the one that we cannot see here in the back, right? And they're saying that that triangular base, I think it's too small. I need it a little bigger so you all can like see it, right? Um, they say that this triangular face, right, has a base of 2 inches and a height of 2.5 inches, right? And so it's asking us what is the volume of the package. So once again, we have the volume of a triangular prism, and the volume formula is area of the base times the height. So we need to get the area of the base, right, or the big B, and then the height of the prism, right, for the chocolate candy here, it'll be 10. This height will be 10. And so first, let's figure out the area of the base, the big B, right, which is the area of a triangle is 1/2 of the base times the height. So the area of this triangle is 1/2 of the base, which is 2, and the height, which is 2.5. So if I simplify here, right, half of 2, 1, half of 2, 1, 1 times 2.5 is just 2.5 squared inches, right? And so that's the area of the base. And so to get the volume here, we get to substitute area of the base, which is 2.5, right? And the height of the prism, which is right here, 10. And once you multiply 2.5 times 10, that, my dear students, is your answer, right? That's number 11. And last but not least, number 12, all right? It says triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. The ratio of the lengths of the corresponding sides of ABC to DEF is 2 to 3, right? So the ratio here is 2 to 3, right? Of course, this is a smaller triangle on this side, and this is a larger one, right? 2 to 3. So it says, what is the measure of DF? So DF, I'm missing this one, right? Which I see is corresponding to this one. And then we can set up a proportion here. It goes, okay, I know 2 is corresponding to 3, right? As 2.5 is corresponding to, let's call this x, right? Why not? Let's call it x, right? X. And yes, this was 2.5, right? And so here we have 2.5 is to 3 as 2.5 is to x. To solve this proportion, probably we can just cross multiply 2 times x. We have 2 times x equal to 2.5 times 3. We have 7.5, right? And if you notice, this is an equation. So you just solve it, right? You find how much x is equal to. Let me just like probably rewrite it a little further because that f is like this one. I go 2 times x equal to 7.5, right? And then you just solve it, and you have to divide by 2 on both sides, and that will give you the value of x, right? So you can pause it just to like finish this problem. I want to write the statement about similar figures that I ask you to like learn, memorize, and remember, right? That in all similar figures, I would like for you to write it down if you can on your journal. Corresponding, we will say similar figures. We will say similar figures have, and we will start corresponding sides that are proportional, right? The sides are proportional. and corresponding angles that are congruent. And if I'm mentioning this, I'm sorry, if I'm mentioning this statement, is because you are going to need it definitely on the test, right? So remember, corresponding sides are proportional and corresponding angles are congruent. I don't know if you remember a way to remember this at the beginning of the school year or in the middle of the school year when we learned this. You used to say small pandas are cute. Just to remember that the the angles have to be congruent, right? And that the sides must be proportional. I don't know. Another way that I think another phrase that you said where I think smart people are cool, I believe. Either way, as long as you remember that the sides must be proportional and the angles on similar figures must be congruent, right? Um, you'll be good. Similar figures, right? These statements about similar figures are always true. Just remember, if you can, write them on your journal, right? That way you can have them handy. And the study guide is probably a little harder than the test, but very similar. So if needed, just double watch any of the problems or the videos where you think you need extra help on. Okay, well then that'll be it for today, and good luck tomorrow on your test. See you around.